Hi, I'm Chi Izuma, and today I'm going to be painting the Yoda Mythos statue by Sideshow.
Hello there. You're watching Sideshow Live's celebration of Star Wars. The show will begin shortly.
Sideshow presents the Boba Fett life-size bust. Created in partnership with Legacy Effects, this bust features careful paint application to recreate the distress and weathering on his ancestral armor. Boba Fett's helmet also has an articulated rangefinder, and his jetpack is mounted on his shoulders to complete his signature look. The digital chest plate and jetpack have additional light-up elements to add display options. Reclaim the armor and bring home the Boba Fett life-size bust today.
Follow the link on your screen to sign up for this event, and you'll receive $5 in Sideshow rewards. That's one bounty you won't have to collect.
Somehow, Sideshow's Mix and Match has returned. From now through May 4th, the more figures you buy, the more you save. Plus, we'll have other exclusive deals revealed on our show. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. It's no trap! To receive $5 in Sideshow rewards, follow the link on screen to sign up for this Star Wars event.
Looking for a gift for that special scruffy-looking nerf herder in your life? Well, now through May 4th at Sideshow.com, you can get 20% off on select in-stock items. Plus, we'll have even more deals throughout the show, so stay tuned.
My name is Heather Edwards, and I am an oil painter. Describing Ahsoka, that's a relatively challenging task. She's not a simple character. She's true to herself, what she believes to be good and right. I love her fearlessness, being able to make decisions on the fly and yet doing it for the right reasons. My favorite part about painting with oils is the depth. Your eye is interpreting every layer. You get this movement that just doesn't exist in any other medium. The title itself indicates that there's this decision-making. Ahsoka never is going to turn to the dark side, but it's an ever-present conflict that's around her. That's also what I really love about her character. Sideshow does an amazing job with their prints. And being able to bring that to other people and have them enjoy the art in a state that is worthy, that's happiness to me.
Today on Sideshow's celebration of Star Wars, we'll be taking a look behind the scenes at brand new Sideshow pieces, checking out new Hot Toys figures from a galaxy far, far away, and bringing you deals hotter than the fires of Mustafar. Now, your hosts, Amy Chase and Chris Manning.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sideshow's celebration of Star Wars. I'm Amy Chase, Human-Cyborg Relations.
And I'm Chris Manning, just a simple man making his way through the universe.
And we are so excited to have you guys here to celebrate all things Star Wars. We've got a galaxy full of giveaways, reveals, and awesome deals to celebrate Star Wars. I mean, we started on May 1st. We're going all the way through May 4th. Today's May 3rd.
Yeah, it's a May 3rd celebration of May the 4th. But did you say giveaways?
I did.
Well, let's jump right into giveaways then. If you're joining us, this is your chance to get something very special. Right here, we've got our premium format General Kenobi figure right here.
This is actually the Mythos statue, the previous version. You guys will see the premium format on our show today. But for a chance to win the Mythos statue of General Kenobi, if you're live in the YouTube chats right now, use hashtag Kenobi, space I agree, leave a comment in the live chat section. Remember, you are agreeing to the terms and conditions at side.show/contest, but that is your way to enter for a chance to win the General Kenobi Mythos statue, and our moderators will be pulling a winner for that shortly. But if you guys are just joining us, maybe you've never seen Sideshow before, maybe you are just really excited about Star Wars, let's tell them a little bit more about what's going on here today.
What are we doing here today? We're going to be taking a look at a lot of different figures, some very exclusive reveals, a lot of stuff that you might not have seen before. We're very, very excited to be showing them off to you. We've got a Mace Windu premium format. It's incredible. We're finally giving one of the prequel's favorite Jedi Masters a really, really, really great figure here. It's amazing. I can't wait for you to see it. We're going to talk all about that, which is really exciting.
And we're going to see the Obi-Wan Kenobi Mythos premium format figure. This is a really exciting reveal. You may have seen it teased in the 12 Days of Sideshow earlier this year, as well as the Captain Rex premium format figure as well. You guys will get to take a first look at those. And we have artists involved with those pieces here to do interviews. We will be talking to Bernardo Escobar about Obi-Wan later and his paint work on that, and Aaron McNaught on the sculpting of Captain Rex.
Yeah, we're super excited. Not only that, we're also going to take a look at a bunch of other figures we have available and some Hot Toys, I believe.
Yes,
yeah.
Some pieces from Hot Toys Power of the Dark Side reveal. Some amazing pieces. We guys know you're super excited about those Star Wars Legends pieces. And if you're joining us, again, Sideshow is a maker of fine collectibles, and we are showing off some of the really exciting new Star Wars reveals, again, in honor of that May the 4th celebration, and items from our partners at Hot Toys. So you will see that, and there will be a chance to claim some deals if you just can't wait to get some of these figures in your collection. We've got some amazing limited time promos for you guys that'll really make collecting or building an army of troopers a total breeze.
And we've got giveaways. We did say that at the top. We've got even more giveaways, so you've obviously entered for our Obi-Wan giveaway, but we've got more coming up, so definitely stay tuned. And we're live.
Yes.
This is happening right now. This is happening right in front of your screen. So please go to those comments. If you've got any questions, if you have comments, type them in there. Our moderators are happy to take a look at them, pass anything on to us that we think we can answer for you. But we'd love to hear from you. We are live right now, so please definitely take advantage of that.
Yes, we are your eyes and ears for the galaxy today. And to check in on everything that we are showing on today's show, you'll want to go to side.show/May4Live. That is the nice roundup of all the items that we are featuring, all the deals, any of the things that you can RSVP for to be notified. And we have some ongoing giveaways. You'll see that there.
there. We also have events going on throughout the day and tomorrow as well, because tomorrow is May the 4th. Today is May the 3rd. But we do have an event schedule going on our social media and across our website. Right now, you are tuned into the 11 a.m. Pacific Sideshow live show. We are on YouTube right now. We want to see you guys active in the comments and chatting with us. And then at 4 p.m. today, we've got the wrap-up show in the Sideshow social network. This is an awesome community for geeks just like yourselves at side.show/join us. And that wrap-up show is a great way to get tabs on everything that went down today, including the 9 a.m. Draw-tacular that just passed us by. And again, tomorrow, there will be lots going on as well. And you'll want to stay tuned to our social media and our blog, checking out giveaways, reveals, all of this product news that we are dropping. And we are very, very excited to be celebrating Star Wars with you guys. I mean, while we're talking about it, Chris, what is Star Wars to you? Like, what brought you into the fandom?
Well, what brought me in was I watched Return of the Jedi on my grandmother's television, and I was like shocked. I was like, this is so cool. But then my first foray into it was actually seeing the special editions. So
wow.
I got to see all three of the original trilogy in theaters. I was so excited. I hadn't even really seen much of the originals, but here I was obsessed with the special editions, figuring out what the differences between the two of them were. But I think Phantom Menace was probably my first big one, because that was the one I got to see on my own. I didn't have my parents bringing me to the movie theater for this one. I was watching that trailer constantly, breaking the computer. So I think that for me was probably what really got me into it. And then reading the comic books and reading the books from there, and just could not get enough.
Well, we'll definitely have some Phantom Menace love on this show.
Yes.
I know for me, I came into it a little bit weird, a little bit late. I watched the prequels for the first time maybe in like 2010. Okay. But when I borrowed finally the original trilogy DVD from my best friend, the Empire Strikes Back disc, for those of you back when we used DVDs, the disc was scratched, and I swear, it stopped right as Darth Vader was saying, "No, I am your father." And I was like, well, I know how this ends.
The ultimate cliffhanger.
There's like 10 minutes left, but I had to get another DVD to watch the whole thing. So that was my introduction to Star Wars, and it's been history ever since. But now we have a winner for our General Kenobi here. Congratulations to @DanMorin on YouTube.
Hey,
congratulations. Dan, thank you for participating, chatting along. Our moderators will help you claim that prize, but you're going to have this General Kenobi Mythos statue headed your way. He's got the awesome Clone Trooper helmet and the swap-out portrait with that as well. So that will be headed your way to your collection very soon. But again, you guys will want to stay tuned for all the new reveals we have, including the premium format version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Next up, though, we have our awesome product spotlight on the Mace Windu product reveal. He went up for pre-order today, but if you haven't seen it yet, we're going to show it to you. And then when we come back, I'll be here with Mr. Guy Klender, who's also helping us out today in the studio, and we will take a closer look at that premium format with you up next. Welcome back. I'm Amy Chase.
I'm Guy Klender.
We've got Guy in the studio here. He'll be helping us out today with some more product spotlights as well. But right now, we are joined by none other than this Jedi Master himself, the Mace Windu premium format figure.
And who doesn't appreciate a bald Jedi, right? This is a spectacular piece. People have long wanted Mace Windu. They've wanted him in this larger scale, and to now get him. There's so much going on with this. I absolutely love it. If we could take a look, and we'll start at the base and kind of work our way up.
All right.
That base kind of giving us that Coruscant feel.
Yes. Nice environment. It really offsets the coloration of the rest of the premium format figure, from the Jedi robes to his, of course, iconic purple saber. We've got that nice kind of metropolitan galactic feel going on this base.
You talked about that purple lightsaber. I like the pose of looking almost like down the barrel of a lightsaber on that one. There is absolutely spectacular. And of course, to finally get a purple lightsaber.
Yes. Now, this will have a light-up saber included in the release here, and you guys are looking at a premium format. This is our quarter scale line, so he is about 21 inches tall, 13 inches wide, and then 27 inches deep, because that intimidating stance has that lightsaber fully displayed. Now, the dimension does kind of change with the fabric element. You can, extend it and compress it with the wiring in the hem, but of course, we want to talk about just the overall intimidating stance and the character moment we've kind of chosen to represent this Jedi Master.
Yeah, you talked about the robes, and we talked about like the Coruscant. It almost has that smashed window, wind-blown effect, and having that wire in it lets you kind of create the look you're going to go with. And Tim Hansen over in our cut and sew department did an amazing job, and Chris got to sit down and talk with him about what goes into doing something like that.
Yes, there are so many layers to this costume. We have an amazing interview coming up in just a moment. But you guys, if you want to pre-order this, you can check it out at side.show/May4Live. He is up for pre-order right now, and he retails for $725 USD. So you can check that out. Bring him home to your collection. Grant yourself the rank of master. But to hear a little bit more about all of the incredible layering that went into creating a fully tailored Jedi costume for Mace Windu, we've got an interview segment with Tim Hansen and Chris, who got to sit down with him. And when we come back, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Obi-Wan premium format figure with Bernardo Escobar as well.
So many cool things. Let's take a look.
I'm here with Tim Hansen, one of our cut and sew artists here at Sideshow. We're looking at the new premium format figure here of one of the coolest, one of the baddest Jedi Masters ever. This is Mace Windu right here.
Mace Windu.
Who looks fantastic, by the way.
Thank
so
you,
I guess
thank you.
congratulations are in order here. So you had a lot to do with this. So I'm curious, what is the process of creating an iconic Jedi Master just like this?
Well, obviously this one's been a long time coming
Yeah.
for us and for fans, of course, so we're super thrilled to finally debut it. We got a lot of fantastic reference from Lucasfilm. They really hooked
They
us
sent
up.
over stuff to you.
They did, they
Okay.
did. We got a lot of cool behind the scenes shots, full turnarounds of Sam Jackson in the costume.
Oh, wow.
There's a fair amount of stuff you can find online, of course.
Sure.
Which, usually that's where I begin, right? Right when I hear a project's coming down. But coming from the source itself is like, it's unbeatable.
That's the holy
It's
grail right
unbeatable.
there. Yeah,
for
of
sure it
course.
was. And that, at that point, send those to our production facilities, and then they'll send us costume stuff that they've assembled. We'll make sure everything's dialed in, the cleanliness of the stitching, where all the wires are implemented to make sure all of that stuff kind of carries through the production process.
Now you're talking about clothing. I mean, I'm looking here. He's got the tunic. He's got the cloak. I mean, there's layers upon layers here.
Yes.
How do you do that? I mean, are you creating each individual layer?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Probably the coolest thing about Mace, other than the lightsaber, is this super awesome robe that he's got. Our thinking is we want to be as functional and precise as possible with these things. So with Mace here, that first layer of his, that off-white, very kind of tight tunic around his neck there, we want to carry that for as far as it can be seen, right? Just like in the film. So underneath here, it's not a complete kimono style shirt.
Okay.
So it's kind of just the top, and it's attached to another piece that stays very tight to his body. For the tunic, and of course for the robe on this one, there's no cheating there. So fully lined, so people can actually get under and see lining color and all that stuff. It's quite unique in the grand scheme of Jedi.
You've been working here for 16 years, right?
Yeah,
About
yeah.
16,
Yeah, give or take.
So you've done a few Jedi in your time
one
here.
Or two, one or, yeah,
So
yeah.
this obviously prequel era, the tunic, the cloaks, very different than maybe the sequel era or even the original editions.
Right.
Anything that you kind of have to go back and really kind of fine tune just because it's so different.
Right, right. With this one in particular, there's so much drama conveyed through the clothing itself.
Yeah.
And that was something we didn't want to skimp on, of course. So my part of the process early on is figuring out what's going to support all of this idea of flowing and movement as he's standing there. So that's implementing different kinds of wire in different places to make sure, when people get this, they can absolutely pose it just like this.
So when you're designing this,
Yes.
where do you decide and how do you decide where to put the wires?
Well, that's a super important factor here. Mace Windu has some peculiarities about his costume that, really are signature Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Obviously different fabrics, different length of garments. He has very long tabards in the front. His belt is unique to him, of course. After I get the initial patterning process done, we're happy with how everything's looking. Then I start thinking, like, functionally, how do these things work and how do they move? He basically has almost floor length sleeves. So huge, just massively draping sleeves he has. It's really, and when you watch it in the movie, you can really see how much fabric he's got and when he's walking around and moving, and especially when he's fighting.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
intense. So everything that can move on this thing, I wanted to have some movement. From the tabards, his tunic for sure, and most definitely the robe. So it's kind of finding places and channels in hems and in seams to make sure that that's able to carry the drama of this piece. So it's a combination of finding the right materials, because it has to be able to do this, right? And then we want to have something that can drape nicely and something that can pose nicely, right? So it's different weights of wire, selecting the right spots where to carry it. certainly when you're posing it, where to anchor it in certain places that give it the best ability to pose.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all implemented a process, and these things kind of work themselves out as I'm going through.
Nice. Amazing. Tim, thank you so much. Really appreciate you
Thank you
being
so
here.
much,
This
man.
is a beautiful figure. You've done incredible work here. For more information about the Mace Windu premium format figure, you can go to this link below right here. And in Mace's own words, this party's over. I love talking to Tim about Mace, but now I get to talk about another famed Jedi Master. With the Master himself, I'm here with the Mythos Obi-Wan premium format with artist Bernardo Esquivel. Bernardo, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
This is a beautiful figure.
It is, yeah.
Just looking at this here. Now, fans probably recognize your name, and if they don't, they definitely recognize your work, because you are no stranger to the Mythos line.
No, I'm not. No. I actually painted the 5th scale one, years ago that
Yeah.
we did. Yeah, so coming back to this is full circle with the, the PF variant of it, where the mixed media is,
Right.
is pretty exciting. Really exciting to work on this piece.
It's so exciting too, and you've had a history here. So you've obviously worked on Obi-Wan before, but you've worked on the Darth Vader mythos,
Yeah.
which is exciting. You worked on General Obi-Wan,
Yes.
and of course the original Obi-Wan mythos. So what's the difference then? Coming back to this piece, what's the difference between working on the original Obi-Wan and this one that we're about to take a look at?
Well, I think for me as a painter technique too, so the portraits, getting those more realistic at a bigger scale. So, that kind of changed a little bit, but working with the fabrics and stuff like that, weathering that all up and getting that to play ball and what we want it to look like, adding the extreme weathering to it to make it look lived in, and going out there and adding that extra detail was very cool.
Well, let's even take a look, especially because as you talk about that, the weathering, I mean, you take a look here. Here he is obviously standing on the dunes of Tatooine, and you can see there's sand, which is, irritating. It gets all over.
Yeah.
Do you hate sand at the end of this?
Oh yeah, no. and looking at reference, going back, always looking at reference on what Tatooine, what we remember it to look like. You
Right.
got the red, the Jundland waste and all that. So where he was, it's a mythos. So where was he walking through? How long was he going through? What he must have endured, and getting them all dirtied up and weathered was pretty exciting.
How do you do that? Because I can see too that the dirty, the weathering, the tearing of the cloak here. I mean, just all the elements.
Yeah, Tim Hansen, went in and physically ripped and trying to make sense of where things might rip and tear. Me going in and just using toothbrushes and flecking paint and airbrushing and all kinds of stuff just to get it to look dingy and dirty.
Yeah. And especially though you're talking about sand and the Jundland waste and just like what that would do years and years and years, because this is a mythos figure, so we're trying to figure out what he was doing in between all that time.
Right.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the weathering on his face?
Yeah, so that was tricky, as we remember Obi-Wan in A New Hope, right? So we kind of wanted to keep that very iconic in the way he looked, you know, but with the other portrait that we have included in this piece, looking behind the scene pictures and getting the weathering, like sunburn on the cheeks and on the forehead and whatnot, that was exciting to do, and something different that was actually in the first mythos, so we just wanted to get that element of being in the sun and walking through the desert for geez how long, you know, so.
And you said about the alternate, so we do have the older or the younger Obi-Wan that also features there.
So bringing those close together, we're adding a little bit more gray, a little bit more darker hair on, on Obi-Wan here. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is incredible. It's a 1/4 scale here, the quarter scale figure that we're looking at. And I also noticed too, just because we're obviously looking at the older version of Obi-Wan here, get very close to A New Hope, but wearing the clothing of the Clone Wars here, and the lightsaber. The lightsaber seems very A New Hope.
Yeah,
old school, the light
yeah,
blue.
I mean, those are true to my heart. New Hope as a kid watching that. So just bringing the lightsaber, blade color into and showing, where we remember old Obi-Wan,
Absolutely.
in that film.
Now, just even taking a look, I mean, so you're responsible for basically painting all of this, the boots. Now, do you do this all together when you receive this? Is the figure all put together, or?
Well, working with the fabric, and the portraits, I like to do that after once we have something that I could work with and have the clothing on the prototype.
Yeah.
Then that's when I work on the portrait, because I'll go back and forth on where we want it to go with skin tone and everything like that. Because once you have fabric on there, it'll soak up all that color and the light, so everything changes. So it's very dynamic on how we work with that. So.
Excellent. Now, can we get a pic of the other head? Because we're looking at, of course, older Obi-Wan here, but we'd love to see, oh, there we go, we can see that right here. So you've got, oh, so now looking at younger Obi-Wan there, who definitely looks like he's spent a lot of time in the sun. How do you get a reference for that? For, you know, it looks like the suntan, the wind grime. What do you do painting sunburn?
I don't. No, it's looking at reference and going back to what we did the first time. You know, I brought that statue in. I actually have it at my workspace. So looking at that and just going back, but in a bigger scale, there's more to deal with. Yeah. So, you know, and just going and looking at reference photos of the actors as well and going back and forth. A lot of going back and forth because we want to get it right. You know, I always remember how I painted this, but adding a little bit more love to it, more detail, you know, since it's a bigger scale, and just, you know, pulling out all the reference that I've, you know, acquired through the years, you know, making sure all the props look correct and everything. It was nice to do. It was nice to go back and get everything that have come through the years with these movies, you know, and put it all together.
Now you're talking about props. We have to look at, I mean, this is a mixed media. It's great. You can see here, we've got this big utility backpack here. He's got the gaffy sticks here from the Tusken Raiders. He's got the long rifle. And I see there's 2 lightsabers here. So that's Qui-Gon and Anakin's lightsaber. So that must be, you know, something too, making sure just painstaking detail to make sure these props that fans recognize are painted completely to scale and accurately.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to go back and forth, especially with Tim. He did amazing cutting. So, you know, on that backpack, going back and forth and changing a lot of things here and there when we started putting it together and on the fly, just like, let's do this, let's do that. It was really cool collaborating with him as always, you know, with the whole team.
That's fantastic.
Bringing this thing to life, yeah.
Of course. So you've got a history with Star Wars figures here. What's your history with Star Wars?
My history with Star Wars? What, A New Hope came out in 1977? I was 7 years old, so you know, that blew me away as a kid.
Yeah.
And I always said, one day I'm gonna have to, I got to do something that has to do with Star Wars.
Right.
And full circle now, you know, it's pretty special to be able to work on this stuff.
Amazing, I love it. Now, we're not available for pre-order yet, but it is available for RSVP. You can find out when it is available by going to side.show/May4. Now, what we've got next for us, we're gonna take a look at Captain Rex. So if you're a big Clone Wars fan, we're going to take a look at an amazing, amazing figure here. And luckily, I've also got Aaron McNaught in studio. He was our sculptor, and he's going to talk to us about it. So let's take a look at what that Captain Rex looks like right now.
We've got a priority mission for you today. The all-new Captain Rex premium format figure by Sideshow. Let's take a closer look. Outfitted in his full set of custom armor, Captain Rex is readily identifiable in the blue and white livery of the 501st Legion. This fully sculpted statue features Captain Rex rocketing away from the flaming wreckage of a demolished dwarf spider droid, held aloft by the twin blasts of his jetpack, with both hand blasters out and at the ready. Featuring character-specific details such as tally marks on the helmet and armor, as well as Rex's signature comma. This Clone Wars collectible measures a commanding 27 inches high, 15 inches wide, and 15 inches deep. For more info on this amazing piece, double time it over to Sideshow.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show. So this is mine, right? I can just get out of here?
Wow, that video doesn't even do it justice. When it got put on the stand here, it is just a wow moment looking at this Captain Rex premium figure. I'm joined in studio by sculptor Aaron McNaught. Aaron, thank you so much for being here. The first thing I think when I look at this is they fly now. This is incredible. How do you manage to get a figure like this, the way it's crafted? How do you do this?
Oh man, this piece was an absolute blast to work on. We took it from kind of a basic design that wasn't as insane, but we ended up having to take this whole thing, twist it around, making him fly, making him just like he's lifting off and just taking off from the explosion.
Yeah. Now, to do something like that, you've obviously got to support it. How are you able to craft that so that you can support the weight of the clone trooper?
Well, he's going to have some steel rods running up through the explosion in the chemtrails.
Okay.
Right there, yeah.
Amazing. Now, what exactly are we looking at down here? Because it's an eye-popping piece completely, but looking here, I mean, you've got the flames, you've got this, it seems like a destroyed droid in some way. What is the moment that's happening here?
So we modeled a full dwarf spider droid, and we had to just completely like destroy him, like he's in battle and with them, and he just like crushed it, and he's just taken off, you know.
That's incredible. So you created a droid and then destroyed the droid.
Yeah, that's right.
And so these are all just kind of pieces that you've now sculpted and made part of this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. How difficult is it to sculpt fire?
Fire is probably one of the more difficult things to sculpt because, you know, it's not an actual thing. It's like a gas. It's like movement. It's like sculpting wind or something, you know, like you got to really kind of work with it and try to really capture the movement.
Well, you've definitely captured. Do you have reference photos that you use for an explosion like this?
Yeah,
Is this imagination?
Yeah, we had to like scour the internet for different references, different explosions, different statues we've done, different sculptures, different projects and stuff. So.
And you worked with a 2D artist on this?
Yeah, Rachel. She really helped bring it to life.
Yeah, and the two of you working on this, creating this, what goes into Captain Rex here? Because I mean, even just looking at the back here, and we have more pictures, obviously, we're getting questions. I guess what everybody wants to know, and I mean, looking at it on its own, it looks incredible. Everybody wants to know, does it light up?
I think it will light up, yes.
It will light up, yeah. This is just a prototype, so this one unfortunately won't light up, but it will light up, which I think will just create even more of a dynamic,
totally.
Just show off those sculpted, the fire effects especially you've created. Now, Aaron, you've worked on Star Wars before. You sculpted General Grievous, which is great. So kind of working in the era of the Clone Wars here. And I mean, just looking, you can even look at that image right there, really fantastic. Just looking at the sculpted design of General Grievous's face and the body and the movements there. It's incredible what you've done here. And this Captain Rex figure, I mean, it's huge. Yoda says size matters not, but I mean, this is a big boy right here. You're looking at 27 inches tall, you got 15 inches wide, 15 inches deep. This is something that would look absolutely incredible on someone's display case.
Yeah, no, it's a very exciting piece.
Now, Aaron, when I'm looking at the figure here, looking at armor, most people, if you close your eyes and ask them to visualize the texture or the feel of armor, I don't even know where I'd begin. How do you create something like that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the texture is like coming into the spider droid. We just used like a lot of reference of like destroyed metal and stuff. So there's like a lot of texture in here. A lot of the texture on the Rex figure is actually a lot of paint. Oh. So there's just different references and things that paint came up with.
And what's incredible about this figure too is it's just such a moment that like it captures this moment in time, the action. You know, he's flying up from the destroyed spider droid, just the crux of his knees, the turn of his wrist, and I can even see underneath the armor. There's bunches here. I mean, there's bunches underneath his helmet, like where you turn. How do you get that movement? How do you get that action so accurate?
Yeah, I mean, as a sculptor, it's just kind of what we've done over the years. So we'll just use reference, like we'll get in different poses and take pictures and use just different reference from Star Wars films and stuff like that.
Speaking of reference, how did you decide what you were going to make as part of the base here? Was this from a specific episode?
It was from the design of for the statue. So we just kind of took a simple design, and then we really me and Rachel really just like worked together a lot with how this was going to work, and came up with something really cool and something we're really proud of.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unique. It's very eye-catching. It's huge. It's an integral part of this piece. And it also shows Captain Rex for the badass that he is. He just took down this droid by himself, presumably, which is really, really incredible here. And just looking, you sculpted, I mean, painstaking detail here. The holsters, the utility belt.
Yeah. Some of the funnest things were probably like coming up with like the mythos style things. So like the guns, and some of the packs are really different, and like the shoes are different. So we got to really kind of create a cool mythos. And if you can, when you see the backpack's like kind of has a new twist design on it and stuff like that.
Fantastic. And you can see the backpack if you go to side.show/May4Live. You can look at more pictures of this. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. An incredible piece. I know you're proud. You should be proud. This is fantastic. But it is time for you to own even more here, because we've got a 20% off deal going on. That's 20% off of select in-stock product here, which means it's ready to ship. So get your wallet out, get ready to go. We're going to show you exactly what we've got. And when we come back, we're going to be joined by Guy and Amy, who are going to take us on a booth tour showcase to look at even more fun stuff. That's when we come back.
Sideshow has a Star Wars deal you don't want to miss. Transform your space while saving 20% off select Star Wars figures. Customize your shelves, your office, or your home with meticulously crafted figurines, stunning artwork, and beyond. The possibilities are endless. Collect your favorite galactic heroes or foes of the dark side. The choice is yours. Act fast. Savings end May 4th. So head over to Sideshow.com today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Amy Chase.
I'm Guy Clender.
And weren't those interviews fantastic? We love getting to talk with the artists about their inspiration behind these pieces. And like Chris mentioned, those pieces are coming soon. You can RSVP to be notified at side.show/May4Live. But if you're looking for another fine addition to your collection, we've got some pieces that are in stock and ready to ship that we want to showcase for you.
Absolutely. And first up, Mab Graves did this beautiful It Takes an Ewok Village. This is a spectacularly cute and highly detailed piece. Now it's 11 by 14. Let's kind of come in closer and take a look at some of the highlights of that piece. Amy, what stands out for you?
Well, I just absolutely love the colors in this piece. Like Guy mentioned, this is from our fine art print program by artist Mab Graves, who's known for her pop surrealist style, which involves big eyes, bright colors, and just kind of a whimsical style to everything. So here we are high in the treetops of Endor with an Ewok village celebrating their latest victory over the Empire, of course. I just love, again, the colors that we've got in here, a little bit more, fantastical than we see necessarily on screen, but rendered here in this beautiful giclée with archival quality inks.
Absolutely. The play of light with all of the little sticks and the little fireflies and things like that really just brings so much. And this is available two ways, correct?
Yes, so you guys are currently seeing the custom framed edition, which retails for $260. With that custom framed edition, you are getting full custom double matte with a hand-picked accent color. You'll see that on some different prints that we have to show today, but everything is considered to highlight and emphasize the artwork. You've got that gold that kind of brings you back into the fire-warm glow. These pieces will also come with a framing-grade acrylic over the front, and there's hanging hardware on the back. It is all certified archival as well, so these are meant to last a long, long time in your collection. But if you have your own framing ideas in mind, you can also get an unframed edition of the giclée print for $80 on our website. And this is limited to an edition size of only 250 prints ever produced.
Now, it just pops, but popping right off the canvas in 3D form, bam, is the resin version statue.
Yes.
This is so cute.
This is the Ewok designer statue, again, based on the work of Mab Graves, but this was 3D sculpted by, I believe, Jorge Villar, with paint by Kat Sepene, who you may recognize as well from many Sideshow projects, really bringing those signature colors, the kind of oil-like quality of Mab Graves' original illustration into a three-dimensional sculpt. And we've got the textures of the fur and the little kind of like rough hempen cloak.
Obviously, here I'm rubbing my finger over it. You can feel that fur and you can feel that kind of roughness, the weave of the fabric per se.
In the sculpt.
Yeah, and the colors brought into it and the bright eyes and that little smile.
Yes. Now, this is $120. You can add it to your collection. It is in stock and available now. You've got the adorable Ewok and their little walkling as well. And these pieces are sold separately, but this is just one way you can imagine your collection looking with the art print program, designing these prints to really complement the statue releases. And these were kind of created in conjunction with one another. So while they're available separately, I highly recommend getting them both together, especially if you are a diehard Ewok fan like some people we've got here in the office.
Absolutely. Now, let's take a look at another art piece.
All right.
Brand new, celebrating 25 years of The Phantom Menace by artist Vance Kelly. I think we know this guy. We know this guy.
Darth Maul, the Phantom Menace. This is our fine art giclée print. Again, you are seeing that custom framed edition, which has a really fun custom double matte design, because not only are the colors for the accents hand-picked, but the shaping of the matte itself is always designed to better accent the print. And so what better way to have it than these kind of rounded classic Star Wars edges.
Kind of throwback to a vintage style, and I think this is the first time we've seen that curved look to it. And even in Vance's design, it really accents it even more, because there are elements that almost kind of break the wall of that framed idea. Now this one here, again, like the earlier print, has two versions, but there is one on canvas.
Yes, so actually there's the unframed and the framed edition, and then there's a framed canvas. So there's the giclée print or the canvas if you're looking to get that in your collection. All of our canvas pieces are finished with a certified archival varnish as well to protect the image. But you guys are seeing the framed G-Clay version here, just that beautiful color saturation, all of the angry reds of the Tatooine sun and the Sith rage and the Zabrak designs. I mean, this is just really dark side, dark side, dark side to a fault.
Yeah, the kind of leaping off the dust popping up, bammo.
Now, this is available for pre-order right now, and this and all the other items we featured on our show today, you guys can check out at side.show/May4Live. But speaking of Dark Side, we're about to go into a Hot Toys showcase with many of the new reveals from their Power of the Dark Side exhibition. So if you guys have questions while we're looking at any of these items, please let us know. We are your eyes and ears in the galaxy, and we want to tell you guys about these amazing pieces because they are things you're definitely going to want to have in your collection.
I think there's going to be some questions coming up on these. Let's take a look at the 6 scale world. All right, 2 versions of Stormtroopers. We've got the Shadow Trooper and, of course, that classic TK. Now, these are sold separately. However,
they look so great together.
They look great together, and those bases can connect, Amy. There's a little piece on the bottom that allows you to connect them. They do light up, as you see, and they're also 2-sided, so you can have that Death Star wall very similar to what we're standing in front of. So it gives you even more display options. Of course, fully posable and absolutely fantastic and classic.
Yes, so these are the Shadow Trooper with Death Star environment and the Stormtrooper with Death Star environment. Again, side.show/May4 to see these and pre-order them if you'd like to have them in your collection.
Now, Amy, are you watching The Bad Batch?
Yes, I'm not caught up on the finale yet. I know that's a bittersweet moment.
We are not going to spoil anything for you, but we are going to tease that this is a new figure from The Bad Batch.
We've got the Imperial Commando 6-scale figure right here. I love that blending of the animated style with the realism that Hot Toys always brings to their 6-scale pieces.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we're getting that white and gray. But what really pops for me is that kind of T-visor in that blue. It almost looks illuminated.
I was about to ask. It does look illuminated.
Did you put batteries and turn the lights? No, that is just in the paint on this.
Wow, that is a fabulous design.
I'm excited to see that they are continuing this particular line.
Yes, so if you need someone to stand alongside your own Bad Batch, we're in the studio. This is lit up. That's amazing.
It is lit up. Well, my goodness, that's why it's so gosh darn good looking.
Well, and it looks fabulous when the lights are off as well, as we saw in the studio. But you guys can learn more about this piece. It's not up for pre-order just yet, but you can RSVP for more information. Again, at side.show/May4Live, you're going to see probably a preview image for this piece. And yeah, if you want to have him standing alongside your Bad Batch figures, lots of great design. And with all of these troopers and the armor and the detailing that Hot Toys puts in, of course, these are 6-scale articulated figures. You're going to have that fabric undersuit for maximum posability and movement, so you don't get any of the pinch points of wearing this beautifully designed armor.
You know, I like that we get incoming transmissions like that with new information. Of course, any incoming transmissions with questions, Amy and I are going to do our darndest to answer those. Scout Troopers were one of my absolute favorite when I got to see them 40 years ago in Return of the Jedi, and to get another take on it with the Scout Trooper Commander.
Yes, Hot Toys has been branching into a lot of exciting sources of Star Wars storytelling, and this is particularly from the Star Wars Jedi Survivor video game, but of course it is that Scout Trooper Commander design. You're going to get a lot of really cool accessories for fighting off the Jedi like Cal Kestis, but of course we've got that pauldron that denotes his rank and file. We've got the really unique kind of backpack elements going on as well.
Yeah, and with the wires in there.
Yeah.
Which is a little different, that we're seeing the wiring that allows your weapons to work, and that vibroblade.
I do love a little electroshock kind of accessory to really show that these guys mean business. And again, you can see that fabric undersuit overlaid with that really great and signature Scout Trooper armor design.
Now, Amy, you talked about this being from a video game. Also, from the first Star Wars video game I ever played, Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, yes.
I believe there's been some internet chatter about just a skosh about this particular one. Let's take a look at Darth Revan.
Before we get too far into Darth Revan, we are getting an incoming transmission really quickly. What's going on here in the studio?
Incoming transmission.
All right, so we've got a lot of comments in the chat asking if there is a giveaway for Darth Maul. There is not a giveaway for Darth Maul. There will be more giveaways coming up, but there is no giveaway for Darth Maul. To check out those other giveaways, go to side.show/May for deals. That's it. Incoming transmission.
Thank you very much.
I'm loving the transmissions, and we're
Toys is now, pulling from amazing sources. Of course, this is Darth Revan, the Jedi turned Sith. You can see all of the amazing and unique influences in his costuming here. That really detailed copper, like painted element.
Yeah, that aged copper. We're seeing the age on it, and of course, Dark Jedi's going to have a lightsaber, maybe two. Who knows? We're going to get those. You're going to get U.S. red accent part of the robe.
Oh my goodness! Like the detailing and the pleating. I mean, just all of these fabric elements that artists at Hot Toys have recreated this design in 6 scale. All of the different fabric elements have different with all of those amazing accessories.
All of those weathered edges. Wires through the cape to bring it even more life. There's so much going on with this. Now, this is the prototype.
Yes, and you are going to see a couple other prototypes here, including
Lord Starkiller. Again, another internet explosion at Darth's costume in the kind of not knit, but the stitched kind of ribbed look there in the leather. And we're getting that recreated. Particularly, I love the diagonal there.
Grievous and even Obi-Wan with in the premium format figure collecting lightsabers. So, I mean, I can't really fault kind of flared, what would you call that piece that goes around the helmet?
Museum, and they talked about the influence, and particularly throughout Vader's cape, kind of the Asian influences of that. And it's really neat to see those done there. We talk about the Asian influence of that, but then if we get a look at the side, I kind of like that Art Deco. There's this curl, this kind of half circle through there. And that's a very different look. And then all of the different metallics and, of course, a little bit of weathering in there because he definitely is battled.
Yes, there are so many great textures that they've captured in the paint and all, as Guy mentioned, those different metallic elements, especially contrasted against Revan's copper elements. And then we've got those gnarly clawed, gloved hands that you'll have to display the figure with as well. I wouldn't want to mess with this guy even up close. I'm sure he's
I'm gonna keep my distance.
He's deadly at a distance, but up close
now,
and terrifying.
I love droids, but not all droids are friendly, particularly this guy here. Let's move into the comics.
Yes, I am so excited about this. Again, Hot Toys is pulling from an amazing amount of sources, and these aren't the only comics pieces that we'll talk about. Assassin Droid, and he is part of a duo that helps Dr. Aphra on her assassination and destruction in his programming code.
Absolutely. Now, this is the prototype we're looking. If we pan up,
Sorry, Lord Starkiller. I think you got one-upped there. Now, Trip they are sold separately, and Trip is he's also trained in torture. So I just think that is such a fabulous, part of the Hot Toys universe, create that Dr. Aphra adventure. And if you haven't read those comics, highly recommend.
If you like the metallics of the droids, you're going to love the metallics on these two clone troopers. We've got the
up for pre-order this morning. It is a highly limited edition, so we are trooper variants. They're so cool.
When you get the collection together, it looks spectacular. Really shows off that armor in a sleek and clean design. Next to him, Command as well, and of course, it just shows off the look of them so well.
And I love that their character bases also have the matching color elements. So the Toys figures do have their character, name cards and their figure stands as well. And you can check these all out at Sunder, and the 000 are currently waitlisted.
Now, we did see this guy in a larger space so far.
I'm loving the prequels love.
And it is spec life in it, and all of the robes.
Yes, so you've got this Attack of the Clones, his signature lightsaber. All right, we are being asked to go back and take a closer look at Starkiller.
Let's start with Starkiller. He's right next to him there.
So this is part of Hot Toys Star Wars Legends Lord Starkiller.
He is going to be spectacular. And, Hot Toys constantly pushes the envelope. And a new thing that they're doing with the lightsabers and some of their other things is USB. This allows it to be incredibly bright, and you don't have to deal with little batteries anymore.
That's an amazing addition for fans' collections. And again, one of the ways that Hot Toys is always evolving their presentation and considering how collectors want to display these pieces on their shelves.
Now, let's pan over to the guy who started it off with the internet explosion, the Darth Revan figure.
Yes, so we've got Darth Revan here in 6 scale with an amazing layered costume. We've got that hood drawn up, the really unique pleated aspect to the costume. And then what you're seeing is this really unique and stylized copper painted armor all throughout. You've got the kind of the shoulder pauldrons peeking out under there, the chest armor, the belts, and the gauntlet.
Really, you kind of got that upper and lower in the just those highlight colors, and then as Amy mentioned.
Of course, Darth Revan, who started out as a Jedi and walked away from that path, he's also got his own purple saber. So if you want to throw it back to a classic from order right now, and we just couldn't wait to show you guys these as a part of Hot Toys Power of the Dark Side exhibit. There are some other figures that are going up for pre-order.
Absolutely.
Very
a probe
soon.
droid sent us a transmission.
Because we got to see him a little bit earlier
Yes,
today.
we talked about Darth Maul 25 years ago, got that character. Now you can have Darth Maul in your 6-scale collection. Let's take a look at a few of the photos that were shown earlier. This is a brand new version of him. 2 different head sculpts, moving eyes, all redone outfit. The double lightsaber. That was the first time we saw that, and our minds exploded.
I feel like all these characters are trying to outdo each other with how cool their lightsaber can be.
Yeah, I've got 3. I've got 4. Who knows? They just keep going.
I've got 4 arms for 4 lightsabers.
Exactly, so I got to keep going. Now, this character is going to be available, this figure, in a number of different formats. One of them even including his Sith speeder.
That's amazing. Try saying that 5 times
yeah,
fast.
exactly. Boy, we thought that gold chrome clone was difficult.
Now, with the Darth Maul, you guys can check that out at side.show/May4Live and see the different variations. And again, that's one of those examples of how Hot Toys is always leveling up their presentation, revisiting a fan favorite character, giving him that incredible rolling eyeballs feature so you can adjust his signature Sith gaze. But we have a really exciting release coming up later today. Speaking of comic book love, do we have any Dark Empire fans in the house? We've got a limited release of an artisan edition Luke Skywalker Dark Empire 6, The Path of the Sith, because Palpatine needs an apprentice. Now, I do think we have some images of that Luke Skywalker, so we will check that out in just a moment, but there will be an artisan edition release, and there will also be a collector edition and a special edition if you miss out on that highly limited artisan edition. So we are going to see if we've got images of that. There we go.
There we go.
I love this look.
This is, and it's really neat that they chose to pull this. And to do this I'm loving that we're so used to kind of getting the films or the television shows, but to be getting comics, video games, all this expanded universe stuff coming in. And this one here to have 2 versions. And we used to call that a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away?
Exactly. We called that popping the collar when you had it up top like that. And I really think that's a very fun look.
Yes, it's just another element to the lore and the legends of Star Wars, taking a look at this different Luke Skywalker who followed a different path. But is he fully committed to the dark side, or, is he working for the light? But,
that's for you to decide in your pose.
Yes, and there's lots of great options with that. So don't forget, that is an artisan edition release. There will be a collector edition and a special edition, but that artisan is going to be highly limited at 1 p.m. Pacific today. And what you're going to do if you're interested in that is you're going to go to our website when that goes up. And just before pre-order, when the page goes live, we're going to launch a randomized pre-queue. You will be randomly assigned a place in line, and as the queue ticks down, if it becomes available to you, you'll have the opportunity to add it to your cart. But it is only held in your cart for a limited time, so you do want to update. You should probably go into your Sideshow account right now, update your shipping address, update your credit card information, because you don't want to be fumbling with the little numbers when your number is called for that exciting pre-queue. And again, if you miss out on the artisan edition, there will be a collector edition and a special edition available for pre-order after that. But these artisan edition releases have been phenomenal from Hot Toys.
Well, something. Amy's been wanting to say this the whole time. Amy, give me the line.
Somehow, Mix and Match has returned.
Let's take a look at a video of what we're talking about.
And then we'll show you what we've got available for Mix and Match.
$200 off 3 figures or $300 off 4 lists. Act fast, savings end May 4th. So head over to Sideshow.com today.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking with us. We know that there are some technical difficulties and some lag going on in the video. It may be because we're flying through an asteroid field right now.
Absolutely, could be.
But we've got our top droids on it, and we'll do our best to get you all the information that we can in a smooth manner.
Now, what you may have seen in that video, and we're going to tell you again, is the more of these figures that you add in your cart, Amy, the more you save. You saw that if you add 2, you're going to save $100. 3 into your cart, you save $200. 4 in your cart, you save $300. But that's not all.
If you would like to see the baby, we've got a Grogu 6-scale figure set that is included with every mix and match purchase. This is a $150 value. You are getting a number of 6th scale accessories of the child Grogu. You've got a Loth cat, you've also got a Sorgan frog, and you've got a bunch of fun little accessories like that hover pram. And this is a show exclusive deal, so that is beginning right now. If you were looking at mix and match, maybe you were on the fence. The mix and match deal started with our celebration on May 1st, but this is a show exclusive deal, getting that $150 Grogu 6-scale accessory set for free with any qualifying mix and match purchase.
Absolutely. You talked about we get a couple of Grogus. That's not true. We get a third. Show you the baby.
Aww.
The swaddling clothes. Yes, I picked up this set already, and I went it just for this. And I know Amy's getting it.
Just for the frog.
Just for the frog. Now, Mix and Match allows you to create and expand your collection. If you're new to collecting, this is a great way to save and begin. If you're trying to fill in the gaps, you can do things like creating your favorite moments, like Mando on his blurg, and of course, learning how to do that from Queel.
And if you get that Grogu set, that's a perfect way to add the baby to the scene.
Absolutely, because Queel looks spectacular with the swaddling clothes.
And you can also build up an army. You know, our clones are very impressive, so if you'd like to bring home multiple versions of characters, you want to fill out an Imperial army of troopers, you can bring home different variations of troopers or collect multiples of the same.
Absolutely.
Say you want to check out Moff Gideon and his Legion of Dark Troopers, you can bring home 2 or 3 of those troopers to go home with Moff Gideon as he, you know, we have something he wants, which I think is that Grogu set that goes with that as well.
Now, Amy and I are only showing you just a few of the options that we have. We wanted to kind of show you 2s, 3s, and 4s, but there is a lot of them on the site, including vehicles like the swoop bike, stuff like that. You can expand. Now, favorite characters, that's what you want to do. Many, many favorites. Of course, we all saw it earlier with the statue. Captain Rex is a fan favorite. Yes, is available as part of Mix and Match.
Yes, and you're not limited to the layouts that we have here. It is a true mix and match. Any of the characters you find on that landing page, you can easily add them to your cart. And then when you go into the checkout process, you will be able to claim that Grogu set deal. Again, that's on top of the savings that you are getting for buying 2, 3, or 4 figures. You are getting that $150 off with a free Grogu set.
Yeah, it's a $150 set, absolutely free, and I'm saving my $100. The numbers keep ranking.
It's like we want you to have a Star Wars collection or something.
Absolutely, we want you to have that collection.
And, you know, we haven't brought Mix and Match around for a while, so we're really excited to have this just for our celebration of Star Wars. This is a limited time deal. It's running through the end of May 4th, but again, the show exclusive deal is that amazing Grogu set, so you don't want to, I mean, as cute as he looks all swaddled up, you don't want to sleep on that deal.
Absolutely. Now, we got to look at some hot toys. We talked to you a little bit about Mix and Match. We want to now take a look at some that are not in Mix and Match. These are some Sideshow pieces that everyone loves. They're available for pre-order, and they're coming this summer to a galaxy near you.
Yeah. If you are looking for a bounty or a bounty hunter, we've got these 2 pieces that are expected to ship this summer. We've got the Han Solo in Carbonite 6-scale figure returned to pre-order, and then we've got our Cad Bane from the Clone Wars 6-scale figure as well, available for pre-order.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Carbonite Solo. Now, this is one that's in my collection. A lot of people envy it when they take a look at it and wish they could. Now they can.
It's a very unique 6-scale figure.
Absolutely. And what's more unique about this one is your display options. We're seeing him in that standing straight up right out of the freezing chamber. And the base has a magnet that holds it there, but it can also be done horizontally.
There is a display, like a kind of a cradle to have it horizontally. And tell me, Guy, who would I possibly put with this incredible bounty?
I think a Boba Fett figure from the Mix and Match. Things like that would all, anything like that are going to go in it. This flips over, so you're going to have that Bespin hallway look. You can change the lighting on here, and if you can take a look from the side, or I'll even twist it for you, I love this. We've got that pulsating on the green and the flashing there.
Good, that means he's still alive in there.
Absolutely. Let's talk
Now,
about bounty hunters.
This guy is the Toto package because you guys are seeing the full lineup of the Cad Bane figure with his Toto 360 droid companion. This is all one set here.
Absolutely.
And it's part of our Clone Wars animated series. So if you've already collected characters like Ahsoka Tano or Yoda or Obi-Wan or Anakin, this is a great antagonist to add to your collection.
Absolutely. Now, of course, he's going to have multiple accessories like those blasters. And now he is fully posable, as is Toto.
And you guys are seeing a flight stand that supports both of them doing aerial poses, so you can have those unique little rocket jets going on as well. Just a cool, suave gunslinger with his unique Duros swap-out hands with the alien physiology and his very unique portrait.
You talked about unique portraits. Yes, now bald and blue. And this is going to be magnetic, and of course Sideshow's gone the distance and actually protected on the inside, so you don't have to worry about damaging any paint.
Yes, there are soft good materials inside of the hat to protect that, but you do have the option to display with the removable hat. You've got these amazing layers of cut and sew as well, with the kind of weathered outer gunslinger look to him. We've got the different layers of the pants and the chaps, and all the way down to these rocket boots as well.
You know, the rocket boots you talked about, I showed you the magnet here. These are also magnetic. Again, giving you more display options. Now this retails, you can get this currently on pre-order, and that is $290 for really 2 figures.
Yes, and then Han Solo is $270, also available for pre-order right now. And what you guys are seeing are the samples. So these items are intended to ship this summer, so you could have them very soon, but you can pre-order them. Check them out and learn about all the accessories and display features at side.show/May4. But that, that's not enough. I'm so excited about these.
Yeah, they are so cool. I said, I love this. I love having it. I actually have 2 because I could not. I'm really bad at deciding how I'm going to display it, so I just get multiple and keep going with it.
One to stock.
But Amy, I think we should give these away.
I would love to give away a pre-order for the Han Solo and for the Cad Bane to 2 lucky participants in our chat. One person will win Cad Bane, one person will win Han Solo, but you're going to enter with 1 entry using #StarWars_I agree live in the YouTube chats right now. Remember, you are agreeing to the terms and conditions at side.show/contest, and you only need to enter once for a chance to win either of these. Our moderators will pull the winners, but please don't spam the chats. You just have to enter once. We're getting your incoming transmissions.
Now, while you are entering, Sideshow, this is our 30th anniversary.
And Star Wars got a few more years on us.
I cannot believe I've been collecting Sideshow for 30 years, but I've been watching Star Wars for even longer. This marriage of the 2, there's so much that they have done together, and we've put together a fantastic piece.
Yes, as we got to see with some of the artist interviews we had earlier, and just geeking out with you guys here, Star Wars is such a part of the fandom of Sideshow. It's not just part of what we produce, but it's a part of who we are, and Star Wars helped kind of produce the geeks we are today.
Absolutely.
So we have a spotlight video in our 30th anniversary series just to talk to you guys a little bit more about the history of Sideshow and Star Wars together. And when we come back, we've got some more stuff to show you.
Let's take a look.
Despite the fact that we've literally filled a book with Star Wars collectibles, I don't think we've even come close to tapping out the well of inspiration there.
Star Wars came out in '77. Nobody had ever seen anything like that on the big screen.
It goes back to my childhood. It was the first movie I think I watched again and again.
The story, the characters. As a kid, I just wanted to be Luke or a stormtrooper. I wanted to be everything in that movie.
It's such a huge world, and there's so much texture, and there's so much going on. I think I could still watch that movie and pick out something new that I didn't notice. It's changed everything.
So 20 years ago, we took on the Star Wars license. The characters are extremely popular, and they've touched the fan base. And they are also the product of artisans that think very much the way we do.
We started with the Luke Skywalker premium format figure. From there, we ballooned into multiple characters, multiple formats, art prints, and one-to-one figures as well.
We've seen changes in the technology as far as sculpting goes, in manufacturing and their ability to produce higher-end finishes and tighter details. So with that comes more ambitious, more detailed, more lifelike projects and results.
The beauty of the Star Wars universe is that it's so vast. We've got characters to choose from for years that we can keep going on.
There's the aspect of knowing that there were different storytelling gaps in the chronology of the story at that time, that there were these interesting opportunities to do characters that people knew, but maybe they were done in a way that we hadn't quite seen yet.
Our vision for Mythos was to allow the collector to imagine what could have been, but maybe never was.
It takes what we know already and put it in a setting where you can let your imagination run wild. The Mythos Vader on an X-Wing, what happened there?
Still keeping true to the character, but just adding a little bit of something you didn't necessarily see.
It's this neat challenge to sort of honor these titanic characters, but do so in a way that allows you to connect with other people that have loved this property in the same way we do.
We design product for collectors, but even people who have never bought a collectible in their entire lives showed up for Grogu. And the child was the best-selling product in Sideshow's 30-year history, and that's pretty amazing.
It's a testament to Star Wars and its legacy.
It's an exceptional honor that we've been able to do a few custom art shows where we took a 6-scale R2-D2 and a 1-to-1 bust of C-3PO and sent that to world-renowned artists from across the globe to create their own custom versions of these characters to celebrate these icons of the Star Wars universe. Even though these pieces of art were never for sale, they really show how embedded Star Wars is in the fabric of our pop culture.
Star Wars is timeless. Star Wars is going to keep going. You know, it has. Those characters will always live on.
Where the Star Wars lore is going, and with the new movies and the shows that are coming out, sky's the limit.
Hi everybody, I'm Amy Chase. I'm still your friendly protocol droid.
And I'm Chris Manning.
And we hope you guys enjoyed taking a closer look at that. I love our 30th anniversary video series. There's more to come this year, and if you didn't see our first one that we premiered during our birthday event, there's one about Sideshow Originals as well. It's just really fun to get more artist insights from the team here at Sideshow. But we have winners.
We do have winners.
We have some winners to announce.
Very, very exciting. So hopefully you put yourself into the chat there because we're about to find out who is taking home a Cad Bane and a Han Solo in Carbonite. Cad Bane is going to @Meg Akins. Congratulations, Meg.
Congratulations, Meg. And Han Solo is going home with this bad bounty hunter. We've got @RadRigoRojas on Facebook. Thank you for watching on Facebook @RadRigoRojas. You are taking home Han Solo and Carbonite. Now, because these are both pre-orders, you will receive yours when they come in stock in our warehouse. But again, they are expected to ship this summer, so our moderators will help you claim that, and then you'll be good to go. And
you got time to clear some space and get ready for them.
Think about where they're going to go on your shelf. Now, we did sense a disturbance in the Force, like many, many voices crying out in our YouTube chats to let us know there was a little bit of technical difficulty. I think we've had some dark side interference, so we really appreciate you guys sticking with us. But we did also hear that you guys wanted to take another look at Revan and Starkiller from Hot Toys. So we do have them up here, and now you're getting to see them up close too, Chris.
I am, which is pretty fantastic. I mean, I love the dark side figures, so seeing Starkiller and Revan, like, it's just, I mean, they look incredible. They're very, very cool, especially Starkiller here with his collection of lightsabers.
Yes, again, appreciate anyone who has a taste for the finer elements of Jedi and Sith, combat, I guess.
Oh, yeah. And they both have a lot of wear and tear to their capes here, which is great because, they've been in a lot of battles. He's got the dings on his armor here. So these guys are very, very, like, you knew they took some names.
There's a time and place for clean armor, and Hot Toys does it so well with the clone troopers, goodness, and the stormtroopers as well, fresh off the Kaminoan support lines. But for characters who have been through battle, they do an expert job at the weathering, the blaster fire, the dings, and the scratches in the armor. I almost wonder if some of these scratches are from his own claws that he's got going on there.
You would think it would be a little bit at some point. You would just ding yourself a little bit, a little scratch here. Maybe that's why he put the armor where he did, just because, you knew, I got to cut there last week. I got to put something there to protect me.
Then he makes up a great story about who he just fought. And then, of course, we've got Darth Revan here. And these are from the Star Wars Legends series that Hot Toys is creating. This is from their Power of the Dark Side exhibition, of course, celebrating some of the baddest in the galaxy. But fans might recognize these as iconic video game characters now brought to life in hyper-realistic 6-scale detail, fully articulated. And with Revan here, we've got that amazing copper detailing on his armor, on the chest plate, a really unique paint scheme, especially in the world of Star Wars. We see so much of the kind of die-cast metal, of the glossy trooper armor, but seeing a copper design really brings you back to the Old Republic.
So we looked at the killer droids from Dr. Aphra. I think what's really great is now you're actually getting to see these characters that you've loved, that you've played as, and you're being able to actually see them here fully realized as figures, which I think is fantastic.
It's so cool. Just another part of that collector experience. Now you can pre-order these. They are sold separately, but you can check them out at side.show/May4Live. That's where you're going to see everything that's available today. But what hasn't gone up for pre-order yet that you can jump in line for is the new Luke Skywalker Dark Empire 6-scale figure by Hot Toys. There will be an artisan edition release at 1 p.m. Pacific time today. This is a highly limited release that you're going to want to join the pre-queue for. You're going to go to our website and go to where we launched the pre-queue for Luke Skywalker. And when it goes up for pre-order, our servers will randomly assign you your place in line, so it's as fair as it can possibly be. And as people get through the line and opportunities are opened up, if you have availability, if it shows up for you in the product page, you'll be able to add that to your cart and check out with it. But remember, the checkout is only held for a limited time, so now's a great time to go into your Sideshow account and update your shipping information, make sure your credit card information is up to date so that it can auto-fill those details in and you don't accidentally send this amazing Luke Skywalker to the wrong address, or you're fumbling with typing small numbers. You really want to make sure that your Sideshow account is up to date. And with a Sideshow account, I mean, you can still register for May the 4th, our Star Wars celebration at side.show/May 4th with a TH. You'll get $5 in Sideshow rewards, which can be used on these purchases of in-stock items and more. So you'll want to check that out, but definitely update your Sideshow account before that 1 p.m. Luke Skywalker Dark Empire Artisan Edition drop from the comics. There will be a collector and a special edition if you miss out on the artisan, but these artisan releases have been so cool and they've been going so fast on our website. So you want to make sure that you don't miss your chance for that.
Yeah, and especially with so many Legends and EU fans out there, the Dark Empire Luke Skywalker, I mean, this is such an iconic image from the comics. I remember that cover, I mean, even the way he's posed right there, that was something that I looked at, and that's that Star Wars Infinities of what if. But we're not done giving things away.
I know.
And that's all we want to do here. We want to give things to you.
I'm so excited. I know that we've got Mr. Guy Klender here to help us model this amazing piece. This could be on your wall if you are interested in entering for a chance to win the Mandalorian Skull wall decor giveaway, from Regal Robot, who are known for their incredible prop replicas and recreations. You're going to use hashtag Star Wars in the chat, hashtag Star Wars I agree in the YouTube chat. Leave a comment, and you are entered for a chance to win, and our moderators will pull those winners shortly.
Yeah, you can mount a little mythosaur there. Oh, Guy, yeah, you can go right there. That is the way, right over there. Yeah, right there.
Very nice.
We also have a Hot Toys Maul on Speeder giveaway as a thank you. You were asking about that Maul before. I know. We're nice. We love Maul as much as you do. So there you go. You can take a look at that Hot Toys Darth Maul ready to leap into battle from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. You can see him there. He's got that cloak billowing around him, and he's got that little speeder there. So we are going to be giving that away as a thank you.
Yes, I believe that is with the same hashtag entering to win. Let's see. Yes, that is. And that is thanks for sticking through the dark side interference that the true Phantom Menace all along was technical issues. But as a thank you guys for joining us for this celebration of Star Wars, again, hashtag Star Wars I agree. And Star Wars you can do as one word, hashtag Star Wars I agree. You're agreeing to the terms and conditions at side.show/contest. That is live in our chats right now, so make sure that you are commenting. And that is for a pre-order, so when that piece comes in stock, you will receive, the winner will receive that. So remember, that is a pre-order, but the Mandalorian skull is in stock and ready to send to the winner.
A communication interference can mean only one thing, just more giveaways. We've had a really great time looking at all of these pieces here. I mean, I loved looking at Mace Windu. I'm so glad I got to talk to Tim.
You got to talk to a ton of
everybody. I really got to talk to everybody, which is really incredible because they're brilliant. It's so cool to see what they've created, what they've visualized. I mean, as collectors, these are the things that we put on our shelves, that we display, that we look at every day, and it's really great to actually see the faces behind who's making these pieces. So
one of the things that is a guiding principle here at Sideshow is it's by fans for fans. So, everybody here loves these characters. Like Bernardo said, you know, getting that full circle moment of knowing that he wanted to work on Star Wars after seeing that movie, and now he's creating so many amazing pieces that you can have in your collection as a fan too. That is one of those really important things. So you guys got to see the Mace Windu premium format figure. We got some we got some images here so you guys can take a closer look at that. That also went up for pre-order today. So if you are ready to grant your collection the rank of master, side.show/May4Live. He retails for $725 USD, and you can add him and his purple lightsaber that lights up to your collection.
And then even being able to talk to Bernardo about that Obi-Wan piece, which is really incredible. I mean, you've got Mace Windu here. You're just looking at these great Jedi Masters, which is really, and they're created in such amazing ways here. They're able to be put on your shelves here. So we talked to Bernardo about that Obi-Wan figure. What's incredible about that is you've got the older Obi-Wan closer to A New Hope, and then you've got our younger Obi-Wan who's kind of going through all this. And this is the mythos. Bernardo being able to come back to Obi-Wan, I think, is such a really great full circle moment there.
Yeah, and hearing about the nuances of, you know, the portrait, the exposure to the sun, whether he's been out there for a while or not, all the weathering details. And now that for Sideshow is a really exciting piece because we love our mythos line, and we know you guys love the mythos line. And that Obi-Wan piece is still one of the most sought after. The original Obi-Wan is one of the most sought after of those releases. And we did it in 6-scale as well, and now this was our opportunity to blend the full sculpt of the original release, the costuming of the 6-scale release, and now give you a bigger scale than you've ever seen him in before with a premium format Obi-Wan Kenobi mythos statue. Again, with those two different portrait elements, all of the details people loved from the full sculpt, and even more added details. I mean, that backpack is just stuffed with Easter eggs and really cool references as well. And then we got to take to the skies, because they fly now.
They certainly do. They fly now.
They fly now with Captain Rex, and we got to speak with Aaron McNaught about the engineering of this piece, the consideration of going in, creating a spider droid just to destroy it, because that's how much of a badass Captain Rex is.
I also like the way that Aaron described it as this was his version of like a mythos figure for Captain Rex. Like he was kind of trying to create something that was kind of original, new, the nuances of creating flame, because how do you create something that's so fluid? And he's been able to do it in such a way that, I mean, it captures it. This Rex, it's a moment of action here. It looks so cool. And the fact that it's going to light up.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
You will get to see that light up feature. Again, you can RSVP for more information to be notified when it goes up for pre-order. That was teased as part of our 12 Days of Sideshow event, so I know that that's a great payoff. You guys can see all of these pieces at side.show/May4Live. And while that Rex is not explicitly in our Mythos line, it is based on the animated series, but bringing a degree of realism that we haven't seen from that character in the animated style. You guys will get to see more pictures close up with that brilliant, the kind of the welding detail on his armor as well. So you guys will get to check that out. But not only did we have those and some amazing hot toys for the Power of the Dark Side exhibition and that showcase and the pieces we got to revisit up here, but if you guys are itching to get Star Wars pieces in your collection, we have a galaxy's worth of deals that you need to hurry up and claim, because they are adios after May the 4th.
Yeah, and this doesn't happen very often too, so take advantage of that, build that collection. Do or do not, there is no try here. This is time to do it. We've got a 20% off deal on those select Star Wars collectibles. You can use the code MAY24 to get that, and that is the way to do that. This is really your time to look at what's available, and we said that this stuff, it's ready to ship, it's ready to be part of your collection, especially this weekend. I mean, treat yourself on May the 4th.
Definitely. You're going to find all different scales as well, so not just 6-scale, but maybe some statues and premium format figures. So you want to check that out. Side.show/May4Live. You'll see everything, and you'll be able to link into the deals there. But again, May24 is the code to claim that 20% off. Pray we don't alter that deal any further. But we also brought back Mix and Match, which is super exciting. Not only has Mix and Match been going for our Celebration of Star Wars event, but we have a show exclusive promo going where you can get a free Grogu 6-scale accessory set. So I want to recap that for you guys. Not only if you buy 2 figures are you getting $100 off. Not only if you buy 3 figures are you getting $200 off. Not only if you buy 4 figures are you getting $300 off, but with every qualifying Mix and Match purchase, you are getting 100% off this $150 accessory set. And that is just a great way. You know, you're probably going to pick up a Mando, then you've got 3 different versions of the child, you've got a Lothcat, you've got the Sorgan Frog, you've got that really cool hover pram. All of these are just a great way to really, really build your collection. And that again, is such a huge deal. Like, it really is.
These deals keep getting better all the time. You might need a couple more Mandos to deal with all these little Grogus, because I think one Mando to Grogu is enough. That you might need to get a couple of them to babysit and take care of the child.
Yes, for sure. So you can check out all of the figures that are available for that, again, at side.show/May4Live, because it's not just what we showed you, and you have the opportunity to troop build, to collect your favorite characters, to bring home a legion of Dark Troopers if you so desire. So you can check that out, side.show/May4Live. Don't forget that exclusive, the show exclusive Grogu deal, and then the mix and match goes all the way through the end of May 4th. So, you know, if you're watching this a little bit later, you're tuning in, you still have some time to claim that deal. Check it all out, side.show/May4Live.
But we're not done giving away things, because why would we do that? We've got this Umbra Trooper right here.
Yes, this is an ongoing giveaway as thanks for joining us and thanks for celebrating Star Wars. Now, it will not be taking place live in the chats, but you can enter for a chance to win at side.show/May4Live. This is our studio copy of the Umbra Trooper. This piece is already waitlisted, and as we saw with a couple other items, waitlist, you can add yourself to the waitlist for a chance to be notified if cancellations or more stock are made available, but it's never a guarantee. So if you missed out on this amazing variant trooper design, the Umbra Trooper by Hot Toys, you can enter for a chance to win side.show/May4Live. And I do believe that contest goes through May 5th. Sunday night. So you guys, if you are watching from the future, you're getting this transmission a little late from all of our, asteroid interference, you still have a chance to enter for this piece.
Absolutely. You can put on your wall there, and that is going to @Craig Smith on YouTube. Congratulations, Craig.
Congratulations. Our moderators will help you.
A winner for the Maul on the speeder as well. That is going to @Paradax. Congratulations.
Ooh.
You're taking home Darth Maul there.
Congratulations.
That's fantastic. The revisiting of the Mythos. The Mythos line, when it launched, was incredible. I remember being at Comic-Con and seeing it, and now to get it in quarter scale and to revisit one of my favorite characters, all with the soft goods. There's so many stories. That's probably the one that stood out.
How about you, Chris? A favorite from all of these things we covered?
Of course, I'm saying this as I'm looking at the baby right here. I do love seeing Grogu, but I will say I really think seeing the Dr. Aphra droids, the Hot Toys, are really, really cool. I really like seeing so many different parts of Star Wars media being shown there, and I think that was something. What about you?
I'm a prequels girl. I love, love, love the Mace Windu representation. Yeah. It's got to be that premium format figure. And hearing Tim Hansen talk about the cut and sew, amazing. And you guys will be able to watch that interview as well as the Star Wars feature with Sideshow that we did for our 30th anniversary later on YouTube today. Again, sorry, with the technical interference, Mando Wall Decor, the winner of that is @Craig Smith on YouTube. So Craig Smith, congratulations. You will be taking home the Mandalorian Wall Decor. Our moderators will help you claim that. And then for our Maul on Speeder pre-order, that is @Paradax. Paradax, congratulations. Again, our moderators will help you claim that. Now, don't forget, the celebration of Star Wars goes through tomorrow, because tomorrow is May 4th. You can check that out on our social media. Go to side.show/May4Live for more information. Check out our blog, and we hope you guys have a great time. As always, I'm Amy Chase.
I'm Guy Clitter.
Misa Chris Manning.
And may the Force be with you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Take care.